All right. Sorry, you guys, but we are here. Welcome back to the Sports Desk Live. I'm your guy, one more time, Desiree Elix Jr., and I'm super excited, more excited than I've ever been for a Crown Jewel event. And remember, folks, acknowledge me. What's up, my man?
It's just me, Oos. You know, I'm ready, man. I'm ready for the predictions, if nothing else, because I think the Saudi prince is going to get some special things are going to happen to make him happy. I think there's a few big ones that are rumbling in the rumor mill that I would let you and I have talked about that I would love to see.
Yes. And this is my guy, TLTG Reviews.
TLTG Reviews, by the way, my apologies. I'm just excited.
Yes, sir. So yes, there are a lot of rumors and conversations, and we're going to tap into them right now. We got a stellar 7-match card. This is a really good card. And like I said at the beginning of the show, I haven't been this hyped for a Crown Jewel event in quite some time. So really looking forward to this for sure. I see we got some dear diehards watching right now. Got Mr. MA Styles in the house. What up, everyone? Drop that elbow on the like button. Appreciate that. Johnny Pump, you guys look oozy today. Appreciate that, Johnny. Right. Great name. And Avatar. Shout out to
that's Scott Steiner before his chest started going their separate ways.
Yeah, holla. For sure. Ross got that Dexter Morgan look down.
Not quite. I'm not a serial killer, but I got
funny. Yeah. All right, y'all. So we are going to go ahead and tap in to this card. Of course, it is Crown Jewel 2024. A lot of different things going on with this event. The WWE and the creative in Saudi have been putting together some really fun events over the years. But like I said, some new things. You got the Crown Jewel champion that'll be crowned on tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You have
before you move into that, did you see what Triple H said in the kickoff show today?
About the WrestleMania?
About the belts.
No, I didn't.
Belts. They are not leaving the country. They're staying there.
Good.
Like once they're crowned, they're staying like trophies at the WWE Experience place they have built over there. Good. So I thought that was interesting. So like you win the belt, and I guess every year they're just going to go for it, and it's kind of like a trophy where instead of getting nameplates on it, it's just you're that current champ. I guess I thought that was interesting that the title's not leaving the country.
I'm actually fine with that.
Yeah, it really doesn't matter, but I thought it was interesting. It was like, why'd y'all do it then if it's not going to be seen for another year?
Well, I'm sure. I mean, now that you say it, like I get that, Crown Jewel, they wanted to be their own thing. They wanted to be something that is exclusively divine to Saudi Arabia. And I understand that. And I'm sure a lot of money and a lot of talks are always being had to what can it do to improve this. So I get it. All right, so we're going to go ahead and jump into it because we have 7 matches. We haven't had 7 matches in quite some time. We usually have 5.
Brent don't want no short show. He said Daddy wants 7 matches.
And he got 7 matches for sure, and he got some real good matches for sure. All right, man, let's go ahead and tap in. Thank you again for everybody watching live with us tonight. If you're watching the playback, appreciate you as well. Hit that thumbs up. It helps us grow and grow. Right now, we're a small sports channel out of Jacksonville, Florida, but we're looking to expand with each bit of content and each day that passes, so we appreciate the support. All right, Ross, let's go ahead and jump in. And of course, I don't know the order of these matches. I just kind of put them in order chronologically in the way that I probably would want to watch them. So here we go. To kick off the show, we have the women's Crown Jewel Championship match. You have the just fantastic Rhea Ripley. She is doing some incredible work this year. And then you have Nia Jax, respective WWE.
That's not Rhea, big dog.
Oh, my bad. Liv Morgan and Nia Jax. Mommy is on my mind.
Mommy's out.
Mommy is out, but she is on my mind. But we have the fantastic Liv Morgan.
We are Mommy's #1 fans on this podcast.
Absolutely. Sure. Liv, Nia, Crown Jewel Championship. Ross, what are you expecting, and who's going to win this?
I think you get a interesting thing where it's a double whammy on Nia, where somehow, some way, Liv manages to win and Nia gets cashed in on. Because speaking of the kickoff show, they asked about Tiffany, and she's like, "I'll make sure to let her know that y'all said whatever, that y'all missed Tiff," and like she was doing all that. So Tiffany's not there.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is the big cash in, because this is one of those big surprise things I was mentioning that kind of easy to predict, because
Right.
it's not a matter of if, it's when, and it's obviously going to be on Nia.
Right.
And I think part of what helps Liv win is the accidental distraction, or so it looks like, to cost Nia that was actually intentional, so she can cash in on Nia, who's been abusing her.
Yes.
That's my thoughts. It's going to be a dominant showing from Nia, but Liv's going to pull it off because of shenanigans.
I agree with pretty much everything you said, but I just got a little bit of a twist here. I do think the cash in happens, and I do think the cash in is on Nia. I think Tiffany, at some point in time, will show herself in this match, and she will indeed become the WWE Women's Champion. But this is for the Crown Jewel Championship, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think Liv needs anything here. She is already a part of one of the hottest storylines in all of wrestling all year, which is ongoing even more now with another return of Rhea Ripley coming up to close out the year and going into 2025. That stands alone. What can make Tiffany and SmackDown SmackDown, now that they're on USA and everything, take place? You have Nia lose, but then you also have Liv pay somewhat of a price as well. And I think there are so many different elements to this match of women who have problems with Liv and with Nia. You have a potential Bayley showing here. You have a potential Naomi showing here. You have a potential of all kind of things going on. They say Rhea's out, but could Rhea show up here? Could she show up here?
Supposedly, this orbital bone fracture happened from a headbutt 2 weeks ago, and the NXT angle was to write her off because she actually is hurt for real again.
Okay. All right.
This is what I hear.
Okay.
It's like the scan they showed is the fracture, and like, so they wrote it off as they jumped her with a baseball bat in her car. I don't know if you saw the NXT angle. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So here's what I think. I think Liv can't afford to take a pin, but I think she does. I think Nia wins this match. I think Nia wins this match, and I think Tiffany cash in on her, and then Tiffany holds up the Crown Jewel Championship, and she holds up the WWE Women's Championship.
And the reason I disagree is because Nia's got to be in peril for her to say screw it and cash in on her. Because if she's standing tall holding the belt, I think she's too chicken shit to cash in on her. You see where I'm going with that? That's why it's like either one of us obviously could be right, but based on the way I'm booking it anyways, Nia's got to be in peril to where she's like every time when she's almost cashed in, where she's like considering it, I think she's going to be the slight hesitation and then certainty. Like, now's my chance.
What do you think about this? Nia wins, but Rodriguez gets involved, and then there's a little bit of a melee after the match.
That would have to take place, yeah. Because that's what I'm saying. Nia's got to be down.
And that's what I'm thinking. I think a melee is possible here. I think a melee is possible with Rodriguez.
That works looking for sure.
I just see a scenario where WWE is trying to breed the next big time star in women's wrestling, and that is no one other than Tiffany Stratton.
Baby Charlotte.
I'm thinking wild out the box here, but a image of Nia laying on her back, Tiffany holding both championships. What does that do for Tiffany going into this humongous year of 2025? I'm just saying. We're getting ready for Mania, and you know who's waiting for her at Mania this year, right?
Yeah, they're constantly projecting
the Queen,
Charlotte. Yeah,
the Queen. So I'm just saying, why not build Tiffany?
That's show steal potential. Long as Charlotte doesn't get hurt and she stays healthy.
Long as she doesn't get hurt, correct.
She's phenomenal when she's not hurt.
Correct.
So I think that will be an athletic content that could go down as one of the greatest women's matches of all time. It's got that level of potential ahead of it. So yeah, that'll be great. That's must see TV.
So I guess we both agree that Tiffany cashes in.
Tiffany's walking out the WWE Women's Champion.
Right,
she's walking out of Saudi Arabia with that belt. I will be shocked if not. I think this is the big moment because they've been building the dissension, and she's supposed to not be here. It just makes sense.
Yeah, I agree. All right, moving on to a match that I'm very excited how this all came together, and I figured that it would. You have the United States Championship on the line here. You have your guy, LA Knight, taking on my man's Andrade, and then up and coming superstar Carmelo Hayes. All right, so interesting match for the United States Championship. Great content here that's been building with these three over since SummerSlam. Maybe this content's been the draft.
They did a best of 7 between the two of them.
Yeah, and they've all had something to do with each other over the past 4 months.
It's been a while.
SummerSlam or something like that. So very excited to see how this goes.
Stale to me.
Is it?
I think.
I
think what's stale is LA Knight.
Okay, I feel you.
That's what I mean. It's stale because they're finally showcasing Andrade, and Melo's so new to the audience. Because if you weren't watching NXT, you don't really know enough about Melo in the first place,
right? Okay,
because it was him and Braun. Him and Braun were NXT for a year and a half. So if you watch NXT, you know how great he is. But with Andrade, he's finally getting showcased. He wasn't for a while because Andrade is phenomenal.
He's great.
He is phenomenal.
He's great.
AEW screwed up. They should have showcased him better and kept him.
He's great. So what are you thinking here?
So oddly enough, I don't really know which way to go with. So I'll go with what I'd like to see, and it goes based off of what I just said with Andrade. I'd like to see. I think the shine's off the apple with LA Knight right now. I think that they've kind of let him cool off a little bit, even though the audience still wants to and everything when he comes out. It's just not the same excitement level with him having the belt, whereas he's one of those ones kind of like Cody where he was better with the chase. Yeah, the chase was better for him. Having the belt, the shine's off the apple. So gut feeling is he's probably going to retain in a spot where it looks like he's not going to. I'd like to see Andrade walk away with this belt because they made Andrade look really strong through this entire storyline.
They did.
It's looked like Melo's the baby. LA Knight is the star that's over, and Andrade is the real star here. It's like you guys don't understand who you're messing with kind of thing. Like that's how they've kind of pushed him along through this storyline. Yeah. And that's what I would like to see happen. He is a Triple H guy. They brought him back for a reason. He wouldn't have came back to just kind of be mid-card the whole way like he was in AEW.
Yeah.
So I'm 50-50 on that. I don't think Melo is anywhere in this plan. I think it's just a good showing with some good spot for Melo. But I'm 50-50 split on a retention or an Andrade championship win. I'm really kind of torn here.
I think
let's say 60-40 LA Knight retains.
LA Knight, they love him in Saudi. They love him in Saudi.
Everywhere, you know?
He's got some really big pops over there. He does a lot of the carryover work with the content for WWE in Saudi Arabia. So I gotta assume that the Prince and everybody involved have met LA Knight, and I think it's just one of those sign, seal, delivers. We want to see our guy, and we want to see our guy win. I'm being honest. I think Andrade is going to put on a fantastic show, and it's going to leave people saying, "Wow, he should have won." Good. Yeah, he should have won. Why didn't he win? And I think it's going to be the ultimate setup where Andrade probably takes this title off of LA Knight at some point in time before Mania. Because here's my thing with LA Knight. They tried to shove him down our throats for the mid card. Well, he was a main event guy for what, a year? Like
they were putting him in the main event for a while there.
So you're trying to shove him down our throats as a mid card. We're not buying it.
Well, the mid card title was is this good enough?
It's not.
That's the bone they were trying to. Is this good enough? Because we're not putting the big title on him.
And that's fine. That's fine. Then send them to Raw. Send them to Raw and let them compete for the world championship. That's what they need to do, because that world championship title is a stepping stone championship. I mean, look what it's doing. Seth made it relevant. Gunther's making it like
I would like to see Gunther go make his chest nice and hamburger meated up.
Yeah, for sure. So
I think it's a rite of passage in WWE at this point
to get chopped up.
Gotta like just destroy your chest.
Yeah, get chopped up. So I think LA wins it. Andrade does well. I think Carmelo has a great showing, but I just think he's not losing that title in this type of way. I just
You're probably right, but I'm also with you on the inevitable. Is I think this is Andrade's title. He's the next U.S. champ,
right?
Whether it's now or 2 months, 3 months from now, maybe it's at the Rumble or something like that.
Yeah, it's going to happen soon. You know? I think it's going to happen soon,
or perhaps Elimination Chamber, because I don't see. Based on the big marquee matches we're going to have for that 2-night card on Mania, I don't think the U.S. title or the Intercontinental Championship are going to be on Mania. I think the Elimination Chamber they'll be headlining. That'll be the big title matches.
Well, I mean, it depends on what happens with Braun. He's a star, and it depends on where he is, because at some point in time he's gonna let go of that IC mid card. And he's going after the world championship. I can see by SummerSlam.
That's the beauty of him and Melo, though, is they're young,
very young.
Time, a lot. You don't have to make them. They don't all have to be Randy Orton. Those days are over. It doesn't have to be making young world champions.
For sure,
you can pace them and let them build and get seasoned.
For sure. So I think we're on the same page. LA Knight wins. You're 60-40, but we both think Andrade has a strong showing.
I think it's going to look really good, because it's going to be a big eye opener for a different stage. Because this is probably going to be the biggest stage Andrade's been on
in a while. Yes,
but period. I don't know if has he been on a Mania in the past when he was here the first time.
I have to research. I have to research. I
know other than like Battle Royal filler crap, as far as a prominent match, a title match.
You're right. This might be his biggest,
probably the biggest, brightest lights he's ever had.
Probably so. Yeah, probably so.
Even with AAA, I mean, they run some big shows, but not as big as
not this. No, everybody in Saudi Arabia is going to be at this show for sure.
Yeah.
Let's go to the chat real quick. Get caught up on some things again. Going Messi over CR7. Going to go Messi.
I don't watch football enough to weigh in, honestly.
The novice knows. I can see Tiffany maybe cashing in on the Crown Jewel Championship and holding that belt. Sounds weird, but they could work that way. I think that'd be a stretch, man. I think that'd be a stretch. You could be right, but from what that belt is all about, it ain't gonna hold.
I'd be surprised.
Yeah,
it's a wacky idea that could be a big curveball for the audience.
But it doesn't hold any value. It doesn't hold any value. Let's be honest. There's no value with that. That's a one-night only gig.
Yeah. That's and they've already said those belts aren't coming back overseas either.
Right. Bishop, what's good with you, man? Glad you're rocking with us tonight. Appreciate you.
The White Glove Bandit strikes again.
Novice No says that U.S. title definitely cool night off. Yes, he's got to drop it and maybe switch. Yeah, just like we were saying. Yeah, absolutely, man. Absolutely. Whatever they do, they can't put the belt on Melo. I feel you. I don't think that's
not yet.
I don't think
one
that's
day.
Something. Of course, one day.
And one day, Melo's really good. He's really good, but he's also really young.
Yes. Blaine says, sorry, I can't follow anything you guys are talking about. Haven't watched wrestling since Bam Bam Bigelow and the Iron Sheik. Well, two legends there, but thank you for your support just by popping in. I appreciate that. C.I. Saint says maybe they put the belt on Melo as a swerve to have him on similar path with Braun, if that makes sense. They have had the rivalry in the past. Maybe.
They had a very strong on-again, off-again rivalry.
Maybe so. Okay. Kyler says, I don't watch WWE anymore, but I do enjoy goodbye, Kyler. Johnny Pump, you guys see when Eric Kavinsky asked Braun Strowman to verify his height and weight and then flipped out? No, I didn't see that. I didn't see that. I have to YouTube that.
No, I didn't. I mean, WWE, it's always exaggerated. You know, they
used to he's probably
Michael 6'1", like 240. He ain't never
He ain't. All right, let's move on to the next match of the night. We're coming up on the halfway point here. Looking forward to this for sure. Two legends. Randy Orton. Heaven on. Really love how this has become a thing and how it's built up. Raw's two legends in the company. Randy is top 10, in my opinion, ever, with his career. It's just
I would put KO in the top 15
ever.
I've always loved KO.
He's
think
fantastic.
KO is underappreciated. I don't think he's underrated. There's a lot of people that understand the
He's
greatness.
underappreciated for sure.
I think he's underappreciated.
Yes,
and he's one that I would like to see not resign and go with his buddies so he could do some crazy matches. I would, because he's young enough still
to come back
if he wanted to do 3 years and then go back later.
Yeah, for sure.
I was a Kevin Steen fan in the 2000s.
Well, his time,
Kevin Owens.
Off subject, but his time is coming up. His contract is
it's
coming up.
Like,
so we'll see.
Beginning of the year or something like that.
It's after Mania. It's after Mania.
Like
so we'll see. So really looking forward to this. 2 legends at the craft, 2 masters of the craft. I really love how this all came about. Triple H getting involved, talking to Randy, and I can see the push for Owens here. Kevin Owens has always turned on people. I saw this narrative earlier. He's always turned on people, but he's never been turned on. So this is a lion in a cage ready to go after those who pretty much turned their back on the pack in his mind.
Oh, he cut a hard promo on Randy earlier.
Yeah, it's
down. I would have never did this to you. I thought what we had was real.
This is going to be great. What are your thoughts here? Owens, Orton, 2024.
I think this is going to be a very back and forth match. There is no dominant one-sided anything at any given point. A lot of reversals.
Yeah.
Using each other's moves at different points, not finishers. I don't think we see an RKO instead of a stunner, and I don't think we see a stunner instead of I don't necessarily think that now the DDT hanging off the rope, he might steal that. Something like that. We might see a pop-up power bomb from Randy Orton. I think it's along the lines of them like they're really selling how close these two had gotten.
Yes.
Is what I think the psychology of this is going to be. And there's real animosity. I can't believe you. No, I can't believe you. Bulls button heads and horns, and I think KO wins. I think because they have really put this in a position to where we're really going to push Kevin Owens as this crazy overpowered heel. When he snaps, you can't stop him kind of thing.
Yes.
That's how we're going to push him. So I think Randy takes the L. Randy's at the stage in his career where he's Shawn Michaels now. He can lose every match and it won't hurt him.
Who cares?
It will not hurt his legacy. He's going to go out and put on a great show. Like I said, he's the current generation. He's what Shawn Michaels was from 07 to 09. Those last 2 years, he could lose everything, but it'd be the match of the night or one of, and he could put over somebody because KO's still at a stage where there's another level they could put KO at.
Yeah.
And beating a Randy Orton on a big stage like this with the storyline is prime stuff for him.
Yeah.
So after the heartbreak of he was trying to hold back with Cody, he didn't want to do that to Cody, to now he snapped. I love it. I love it. This is one of my favorite storylines going on.
Yes, yes.
Because the way it's being presented and the players involved. Because they're going to be revisiting Cody.
Yes.
After this.
Yes.
Cody's getting revisited with Kevin Owens.
Yes. Yeah. I'm with you. I think Owens wins. I think this is the proper push. He hasn't had one since he was really thrown around with the Roman Reigns feud a few years back. He throughout the COVID era, when there was no audience for WWE, Kevin Owens and Roman Reigns carried the company. They carried the company. And Owens has not had a chance to be put on a pedestal, so to speak, to really show what he can do. And the time is finally now. I think he beats Randy in a physical, very back and forth,
possibly
hard hitting match that you're going to get a lot of oohs and
a lot of outside stuff too.
Yeah, with this match, I wouldn't even be surprised if Triple H makes this a non-sanction or last minute. Like tonight, SmackDown's about to air. I wouldn't be surprised at some point tonight. I know it's taped tonight, but wouldn't be surprised if it's hey, this is going to be a no holds bar, ain't no street fight or something like that with these two, because they're going to get into it tonight. They're going to get into it. So I think that Owens needs this, And I think WWE maybe senses the urgency with Kevin. He's frustrated with this company.
They don't want to lose him in a few months.
And I don't blame him. Why would you want to lose
He's like tight with the Young Bucks. That's like his boys. That's who.
Right.
Everybody's heard the story. All right, Cody, you're going to the Indies. You need to hook up with my guys. Let me put you in touch with Matt and Nick Jackson.
Yeah.
That's his boys. Given the right opportunity, he will go, I would think.
But let's keep it 100 here, okay? Kevin Owens is a top spotlight guy.
Yeah.
He deserves him being these mega matches and these mega feuds and these mega spots. And here's my thing with KO. If you're not going to put the WWE Championship on him, which they're not, when it's time to really shake up this brand, like, get this man in the mix to be world champion. Like, get this man in the mix to carry the flag for this company because he deserves to. And I think this spot with Crown Jewel with Orton, that's going to lead into this colossal experience with Cody Rhodes going into Survivor Series. This is perfect for him because now the world will really get to see once again, if you know, but once again, you'll get to see just how damn good Kevin Owens really is on the mic,
in the hilarious.
Ring. Yeah, on the mic, in the ring, and the ability to carry a story. This man is just one of those ones for sure. So Owens gets the win. Orton doesn't need a win. We know what's probably laying in the weeds for Orton as we get ready for 2025. And that's where Orton's going to really get the chance to shine yet again. But Kevin Owens gets the win, and he deserves this spot for sure.
So before we go to the comments, I'd like to elaborate on why, because some people in the future may comment, I can't believe he said top 15. Name a segment in the world of professional wrestling that you would consider someone needs to be really good at to be considered in any kind of list, and explain to me how Kevin Owens doesn't check any box you want to list. Psychology, match style, mic work, move set. He can do athletic stuff that you would never think from a heavyset dude that wears a t-shirt his whole career. Unbelievable. Swanton bombs, moonsaults.
Unbelievable.
You know what I mean? This dude will jump off the top onto the announce table. He can literally do it all. And that's why I say Kevin Owens is wildly underappreciated. That's why we're so excited to see this push, right? Because he's finally getting his due. Because even the title runs he's had in the past, it was Vince McMahon booking it. He didn't really know what to do with the dude. The storylines didn't really fit Kevin Owens' natural ability and personality, whereas they're really pushing his strengths right now.
Yeah, they are.
I'm sorry to pile on more. I'm really excited with what they're doing with him because there's so much that they haven't done that they could do.
Yeah, for sure. And hopefully we get to see that.
And he's hilarious on the mic. Oh
God. One of the funniest ever. One of the funniest ever for sure. Him and Triple H are hilarious on the mic. All right. Johnny says, I'd love to hear you guys. We're going to have to formulate that show. Me and Ross have been teasing that. We will. We will get together and we will have a show dedicated to our top rankings. So stay tuned for that, Johnny. Novice says, as much as I want to see KO win, I wonder if they're going to use this to prop up Randy. No, I don't think Randy needs a prop up for Cody. That storyline has been since the beginning of time almost with Randy and Cody. What's going to come up with those two? I think it definitely will tell off of this Kevin Owens feud going into Cody, but I don't think it'll be a prop up here.
With that, it's the story can be, I taught you everything you know, I trained you, I raised you in this business. So it's a different psychology they can use in that storytelling.
Right.
To where it does, again, it goes back to he's this generation Shawn Michaels. He's at a certain level where he can just put people over for the most part. He's still going to win some stuff.
Yeah.
But situations like this where it really benefits KO. And he's not going to beat. I don't think he's going to beat Cody. I don't.
No, he's not. He's not.
Yeah,
he's not going to beat Cody. We're going to work on that. We're going to work on that, Kyle. Stay tuned. We're going to work on that. Trust me. John, that's a good way to put it. Randy is Shawn Michaels at the end of his career, just out of some banger matches, out on some bigger matches when it doesn't matter. No, when you get to legend status, it's like Ric Flair before he officially retired.
Like he's in good enough shape. And he's still that good as ever in the ring to where he can make real big. He can make a star a superstar at this stage of his career.
Of course. I feel like KO wins and builds towards a match with Cody either at War Games or Rumble for sure. I like KO on the mic too, for sure. You got a point with KO, laugh out loud, never realize it. Okay, dope. Side question: will you guys have a second? Any prediction on Tyson and Paul? I'm just going to be there for the entertainment. I don't think it's anything that's requires the amount of attention that it's getting. That's all I'm going to say.
I don't think it's going to be what everybody would want to see, because you would think Tyson would knock him out, but I have a feeling it's not going to happen.
I got a feeling Jake Paul wins by decision. I'm just going to leave that there.
And that pains me.
Just going to leave that there. Just going to leave that there.
That's a real possibility. And they're going to say, see, he beat Mike Tyson. Oh.
Yeah, an 80-year-old Mike Tyson. All right, here we go. Here we go with the next match on the card. A fun one here. Big time women's tag team matchup. Jade Cargill, Bianca Belair, the superheroes here going against Damage Control versus Meta-Four and Chelsea Green and Pipe Niven. Really excited for Lash and Jakara here.
Oh, buddy, I'm excited.
So, Ross, we have been trying to predict the potential problem areas for Bianca and Jade here for quite some time. We are starting to run out of time here. It is November. It's the last or one of the last PLEs of the year.
They're doing everything in their power to not pin either one of these women. You notice this, right? This is going to be the second title loss where neither of them get pinned.
So me and you on the same page. Yeah. So where are you going here?
When they announced this, I laughed. I literally laughed out loud. I said they refuse to pin either one of these women. It's unbelievable.
Yeah,
they want them to look as strong as possible, because now it happened again. Now they're going to look at each other funny.
Yeah,
and it's slowly going to build. This is the crack we've been waiting for, the real crack. And I think everybody's going to get the entertainment value victory that we want. It's Chelsea. It's Chelsea's walking away. Chelsea and Piper.
It's time.
This is the right time, the right team. They are such a great act together. Chelsea, speaking of people that are underappreciated,
she's really good.
Chelsea Green, man.
She's really good.
Oh my God. She'll do anything. She'll make a fool of herself. She's the ultimate
bright spot.
Character, and she can do everything. I've seen her matches on the indies against dudes in Mexico. She's really good. They don't use her that way, but she could do so much. See how excited I got? Because we're getting two, I think, great things come from this. Obviously, you're getting our NXT girls to get some real shine.
Happy for them for that.
So it's technically three really good things that are happening. I really believe Piper and Chelsea are walking away with the titles, and we finally get down to the nitty gritty of Bianca and Jade.
We're waiting.
To build to Mania.
We're waiting.
I'm so excited for this. They really, like you said it at the beginning of the stream, what a card.
What a card.
I think the only mediocre spot, and really it's going to be full of high spots, but story-wise, the one I'm the least interested in is the triple threat match for the U.S. title. Everything else is so story-driven with so many outcomes that happen at the end of these particular matches. We got branches coming out.
Right. I'm with you all the way, actually. I'm with you all the way.
It's an easy call right here.
Yeah, man. Piper and Chelsea. This is the time. Yeah. She's been in the spot Chelsea has, and it's just great. Well, hopefully it'll be great to see someone who deserves a moment. And Chelsea deserves a moment for her and Piper to win these. Yeah, to win these titles would be something really, really cool. But like Ross said, when are we going to get down to the nitty-gritty? The nitty-gritty is as advertised. It's Bianca. It's Jade. These women have not been pinned. These women have not been in danger. Even their loss for the tag team titles the first time, there was nothing there that made us say,
tearing everybody down.
It's nothing. So Jade has
it goes back to the Rumble spot of them each holding it. I don't even remember who they were holding over their heads, and they just look at each other.
And they drop them.
That's the moment where it's like, all right, see y'all next year. Let's see how y'all get to it.
Everything has happened the way that it should with the development of Jade. We've seen when Jade came in, coming from AEW, very raw talent. And you know that she's super talented there. But Bianca has been everything and more for her. And you see her be better in the ring, better on the mic, better with her entrances. Like even just the small things that I noticed when she was in AEW, compared to when she's in WWE. She's kind of perfected her own gig, just being under the greatness of Bianca Belair. Just let's call it what it is. Let's just call it what it is, okay? She's learned from one of the best in Bianca, and Bianca has been stellar for a long, long time. One of the top 5 ever in this business when it comes to
Bianca's a real thing.
No doubt. So the time is now for someone to look at somebody cross-eyed. And I think that's going to be Jade looking at Bianca. Well, I think it's going to be Bianca looking at Jade cross-eyed.
Because I think that's where the natural heel in Jade comes out.
Hear me out. The reason why I think it's going to be the other way around, because Jade adores Bianca. She adores her. She's somebody who she is locked into. But what's the one thing that Bianca is driven by more than anything?
Singles championships.
Winning.
Being her.
Winning. Super athlete. Big time college star. Winning.
But at the same time, what did they stop Jade from saying on the mic when they first did the promo? Because she always said in AEW, I'm that bitch.
Yeah.
I think that's about to come out.
That is going to come out at the right time.
That bitch show, TBS champion, Jade Cargill's coming out.
So I think the cracks start there. And I think that we're going to get the pace on go, because the crumbling moment won't happen until probably Rumble. And when that happens,
that's when they finally hit each other.
My God, it's going to be exciting to see.
Because I see CI saying with like thinking they retain a little bit longer. Me and you we've been every month we talk about this. Every month. This is the one thing we know we're going to discuss is Jade and Bianca and when's it happening. Yeah, this is going to be a slow roll, Siaj.
Yeah,
it's going to be a slow roll. It's going to be. There's going to be a little like side-eyed stuff, like they're not like fighting, beefing, bitch. It's none of that right now. Once the Rumble hits and they put hands on each other with accidental, then it turns into they actually start fighting, and one of them eliminates the other.
Yeah,
I think one of them causes the other to be eliminated. Either way, that's when it really, really, really gets heated. Is Rumble, the aftermath of Rumble. For sure. Just to clarify what because I know without him saying it that we're thinking the same thing.
We're thinking the same thing for sure. Yeah. For sure. Saint says, I think when it does have Bianca turn, I would love to see Bianca tap back into her heel days. But here's the thing: she's John Cena, so it's like,
you know how many little girls dressed as her for Halloween?
Oh my God! Did you see all of them? Did you see the photos and videos?
Yeah, because I follow her on everything. I've been seeing her repost everything. And and with TikTok, once you on these algorithms, like I saw everybody that was the cutest, as she was saying in each of them. And then look, these little girls look like little Bianca too. They were nailing it.
I was not surprised to see people dressed as her, but I was really surprised at how many people.
She's like you said, she's John Cena, or in this instance, you got Cody is the boys and she is the girls. They are the mega, mega, mega crazy baby faces.
There were so many young girls dressed. I said, what in the? I said, this is nuts. She's got it, man. She just got it. So I just think a heel turn for her is not in the cards.
I'll put it here and say it now, because there was a point that I would say the 4 horsewomen were the Mount Rushmore for women's wrestling. I think Bianca knocked somebody off. You just have to have the argument on who, and I think it's Mercedes. I think she's been really hurting herself.
It's been awful in AEW.
Dude. She has not been good in AEW, dude, at all. She needs to stay away from every microphone. Anyways, that's another argument. But point is, Charlotte, Becky, and Bayley, it's no question.
Solidified.
I think Bianca sits up there with them. There's an argument for Trish and Lita. I get it. But full body of work, I think they have to get omitted. And I think it's 3 of the 4 horsewomen and Bianca are hands down the greatest we've ever seen in women's wrestling.
Ever.
And Bianca's the youngest of the bunch.
She's just getting started, man. Mm-hmm. She's just getting started.
Well, you see how quick we can go and any of you that watch us on the fragrance stuff, this is the real passion.
This is our real love.
We talk wrestling. This is when we really get going.
This is our real love, for sure. All right, let's go on into. I'm looking forward to this. Next up, man.
Every match, man.
This is great. Seth freaking Rollins, big Bronson Reed. I am so looking forward to this match. Finally, a feud that matters with Rollins. Finally. It's been so long since something really mattered here. I'm not taking nothing away from Drew. I'm not taking away from the storyline where he wanted to be Cody Shield. Great stuff on camera. But this is when Seth has been great. This dude is fighting for his life.
Yes.
With this monster. Ross.
Monster heel.
Yes, Ross, what are we thinking? Big Bronson Reed, Seth freaking Rollins. Man, what you thinking?
I think Big Bronson Reed gets the rub here.
Yes, sir.
I think they've pushed him to be too dominant to where he literally was making Braun Strowman look like a jabroni.
Oh, my God.
There's no way they don't use Seth to create a monster stud heel here.
Oh, yeah.
Because that's real clout in the wrestling business for an up-and-comer.
Yep.
Because Seth, I mean, there's a Mount Rushmore argument. Maybe one day I wouldn't put him there now, but when his career's over, there's an argument probably.
Real conversation.
Because he's still got more to do. But point being, Seth is a mega star in the business. So on a big stage like this, that makes somebody. And you've made Seth look weak against him already. And if it just looks like he's just unbeatable, I think it's a good move here. This is what us as fans have been craving for 2 decades. This is how you book shows. You have these established stars. You have them when it matters most, look super dominant. But when you need to create somebody that's a real formidable foe that can sustain that, you create a star here. They've been doing that. Look at Gunther.
God.
That's a mega star now in 2 years. That man's a huge star now. Bronson Reed's on the cusp of them doing that with him. Braun Breaker, everybody sees the greatness coming with that. We're in a current era where Triple H is using his established mega household name studs to create some new ones for the next 10, 15 years. I love what I'm seeing. I'm not the biggest Bronson Reed fan, but I see what they can do with him for the next 5, 10 years. And I'm all on board for it. It doesn't hurt Seth to lose. It only helps the company. I'm so for it. I think it looks like such a tall task where Seth is the sympathetic babyface throughout the match. He has a few reversal spots, but never dominant. And Tsunami 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, you can't set this up for Bronson Reed to lose.
No,
he's imposed himself on Seth for a while now. You can't forget the spot where he tsunami splashed him 40 times. The blood, the hemorrhaging.
Look at last week.
I'm
stomped him on a car. He got up and then Death Valley Driver out of a truck.
You can't strip that from the fan base and from Bronson Reed. I love the destruction because it's calculated destruction. That's why I love it. It's methodical how he moves. He's literally in search of his prey. He is not something for the sore eyes. I will say that when you look at him, you're just kind of like, who is this guy?
That's a big
but
boy.
When he gets to going, athletic, strong, a savage. Like he is just one of those imposing figures that you need in wrestling. You need it. And he is that. I think Rollins gets beat to hell. I think he has a couple spots here where the fans are like, okay, he's building. And as soon as the fans kind of get back on board,
it's stopped every time. Brick wall.
It gets stopped. Yes, it gets stopped.
Yep.
Bronson Reed wins this match. But I also think this could be a trilogy here. I think this could be a couple of matches here. I mean, let's call it what it is.
Big ego he's dealing with Seth Rollins.
Yeah, and Rollins ain't letting it go. He never lets anything go that he's losing. He's not letting it go. So you build Bronson Reed for the Rumble, another Rumble spot here. Think of the Rumble, y'all. This is good. This guy has potential to be a top one of the last 4 remaining in the Rumble this year. He has the potential to be one of the last 4 or 5 guys there.
See it.
Yeah. So he has to win.
You're not going to have Gunther and Cody at the end again. You did the last 2 years.
So you need a new guy.
So there's 2 spots right there.
Yeah.
Because they're both going to be champions going into Mania.
For sure. So Bronson Reed is going to get one of those spots. I would like to believe that. So Reed gets the win here in a impressive showing against Seth Rollins.
Dominant showing, yeah.
Sure.
We seem, it's not often we're on the same page.
It is not. We're riding in the same car.
Pretty much every match we've been on.
We're riding in the same car tonight, but we do have 2 more matches to get to. I'm going to get back to the chat, but let's go ahead. Because
normally we'd be done. That's 5 matches.
We would be done. We'd be wrapping up.
Yeah.
But guess what? We got more for you. Let's
2
get
more.
into
most
it.
Important.
Woo! Here we go. I debated back and forth. Do they ever put Roman in a non-main event spot? But I think this is the spot that they do. So here we are.
For the title, that's that's
right.
Cody and Gunther's main event, no doubt.
So here we are. OG Bloodline, new Bloodline. Look at this photo. Jesus, this is just
Speaking
awesome.
of mega stars waiting to break out, how about that creepy looking Jacob Fatu face? You know what I mean?
Look at my guy. Just
they have not unshackled that man yet because they don't want him to shine too hard.
They have not. So Ross, how are you feeling about this match? Let's back up. How are you feeling about how it's come together? And how are you feeling about the announcement of this match? And how are you feeling about this being on Crown Jewel?
I think we have to warm up to the OG Bloodline still needs help. So we still have to warm up to War Games. They're going to lose this match. Jimmy's going to take the pin because they're not going to pin Jay. Jay just lost the title and he's main event Jey Uso. And of course, Roman's not taking a pin.
Hell.
Roman takes 1 pin every 5 years. He already took a pin. He took a pin this year. It's over. That's the 1 pin he's taking in 2024. In 2025, I'll be shocked if he gets pinned. We got a run to go on before he gets pinned. I'm not off here. I'm confident in what I'm saying. It's funny, but it's true.
It's true. It's true.
The reason I say this because part of me wants to say Sammy comes help him when they're in peril, but no Sammy yet. We're still building that. The little bit we got was them thinking, oh, he's on Solo's side, but that reveals himself that he's trying to stay out of it, So I think you're going to have 3-on-3 with the 4th sitting on the side to cause trouble, and we might get a reveal of the 5th member finally. Maybe. I don't think we need to here because once they get 4, then it's all right, well, we got 5 because it's typically 5-on-5 for War Games.
Yes.
So who ends up being the 5th with Roman and them, I don't know. But I think once we get a 4th, we're going to get a 5th on the other side to where it's like, oh, shit, we're still outnumbered. So I think they're going to have some good showings. It's going to be great. It's going to be good, but you're not going to, again, not get a whole lot of Roman and Jacob Fatu. Limited interaction there. They're still going to keep holding that off. Jay's going to take a pin. There's going to be interference where they're just still outnumbered. They still need help. And that's the way I think it goes. I don't think we get any – I think there's a slim to none chance we get a big surprise of a new member to the Bloodline on this show. You never know. This would be one where typically you would think they would do something like that. But if they want to continue telling the story at the right pace, I don't think we bring anybody else into the fold here. We have to because they've made the new Bloodline look like jabronis for the most part. So this is where they have to look like they have strength in numbers. And no matter what they do, they just can't. They need to even the odds. That's my stance. So I think Roman and them lose. Jimmy's the obvious choice to take a pin here, I think, because it's always Jimmy. Poor Jimmy. But I think that's where we're going here. And I think now we're going to start developing the Sammy story more.
I was a little ticked off that his match was made for Crown Jewel before the Sammy spin. I knew it was coming. I was really ticked off. And I
wish
think
they wouldn't have done that before airing the episode. I think the reason they did is because, well, shit, everybody saw the episode. Or everybody saw Jay joins with him already, so we might as well make it.
Here's my problem. WWE did that on purpose.
Yeah.
They did that on purpose. That was not a random fan, how they tried to spin it, revealing that the Usos got back together and the Roman saying yeet. Like, that wasn't an accident.
No. They knew everybody was going to put it on social media.
This is what it leads me to believe. And Triple H has been so good at this. This has been his spot where he lulls us to sleep. He lulls us to sleep and thinking that we're going to get, and this is where me and Ross are finally going to differ here.
Okay.
I think the new bloodline, they lose here. I think that the wave of building, I think that the wave of really building up for War Games, you have to keep this feel-good moment with the Usos and Roman. You got to keep it going here because something bad has to happen. But what is it? The energy has to shift back to Roman and the Usos being attacked or something is on the way. They need more help. I think the OG bloodline, I think the new bloodline has to take back control of the energy of this thing going into War Games, because what is War Games representing? It's literally a war. So in order for Roman and the Usos to be able to compete and just go after these guys, they need more. They need more. And who is it going to be? It ain't going to be Sammy. I think you get a new bloodline member here that is going to join Roman and the Usos. I think that's just going to be your surprise. I think when the match ends with Solo pinning Jimmy, with Jimmy pinning Solo, I think Jimmy gets a little love here. The crowd is going to pop. Everything's going to be.
You think Solo's going to take the pin instead of one of the Tongans?
I do. I think Solo's going to take the pin here because this is what Triple H has been doing here. This bloodline thing has been what? Why did that happen? Oh wow, I get it now. Okay, it's just been confusing. It's none of this we've been able to predict right.
No, the bloodline stuff, no, we've been pretty off most of the time. And speaking of being off, there's something we're not considering because we didn't watch SmackDown yet, but the only spoiler I saw was The Rock walking down the aisle to Cody in the ring, but The Rock comes out on Cody tonight.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. So I forgot to mention that to you, though, because I was so like,
The Rock.
Such a great promo by Jay that I sent, because for those of you who didn't know, I saw the spoiler and I immediately sent it to him and said, hey, sorry to spoil it, but Jay cuts a good promo. Here you go.
Yeah, The Rock I don't think The Rock has anything to do with this bloodline match tonight.
I don't think he's going to be in War Games, but
no.
I wonder if there's a nugget out there with what he's going to say to Cody.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. And we've said this before. Cody's losing the title to The Rock at Rumble.
Oh, yeah.
He's losing it.
Confident in that. He's
going to lose the title to The Rock at Rumble. So we'll just keep that right there for everybody. Sound off in the comments if you would like. But
anyway,
I think you get a new member
because you got Rock and Roman.
Right. I think you get a new member for the bloodline that joins Roman and the Usos. That's what I think we get. I think all hell breaks loose at the end.
So is it Hikuleo or is it what's his face? The little wild shithead.
Was it Zilla?
Zilla. Yeah. He's back at Reality Wrestling with Booker. Booker's getting him ready. Because he was with Booker, then he left on bad terms, now he's back with Booker again.
I think that you just get a new member because you got a new member at Saudi Arabia last year.
Because Hikuleo makes sense for them because he's a
Tongan
brother. He's Bullet Club, he's Tongan, he's all that,
So I think you get a new member there, and now you have your 4-on-4, and then you get your 5-on-5 leading in with whatever happens with Sammy, and then Hikuleo could show up. That's what I think.
Hikuleo is definitely going to be the fifth for the new bloodline.
That's what I think.
I can't see him going with Roman.
Could be totally way off base here. I think you get some mayhem here, but I do think you get a new face here. Now, the thing that we're waiting on here is, when is Paul Heyman going to return? When is Paul going to return? And I'm going to drop this here. When he does return, are his services automatically with Roman?
Or is he with The Rock? I know. That's a good twist. And that sounds like a Paul Heyman idea too. Because it works so well with Brock and Roman that it would make sense that he's naturally going to bend the knee to the bigger star in the family.
For the longevity of this storyline, there has to be an ending with Roman and Paul.
I like it.
There has to be. So keep that in mind.
Like Paul Heyman said at the beginning of the year that we're in the third inning. So if that means we're in the third inning then we're probably only maybe the fifth now.
Yeah. So keep a lookout. So many layers. The greatest storyline ever in wrestling, in my opinion.
Oh,
I am there.
Close.
It's the greatest
Not
one.
even close, man. There's been so many twists. It's able to never end. That's what's crazy.
It can
There's
always
new development that makes sense to continue it. Sure. That's what makes it the greatest story. Is it doesn't have even its low points still make it better than most storylines we've ever seen.
For sure. Bishop says, "Oh, I trust. I've noticed the levels of passion over here when it comes to wrestling." Oh yeah, Bishop, we ain't playing around.
Bishop I don't have a fragrance bottle tattooed on me, but I got the NWO logo.
For sure.
I do have my
to purchase some FWO gear. Oh, don't worry. Me and Ross will get going for sure. Saint says, "I think we get a DQ finish." I can see that too. I know that's the easy way out, but it makes you want to see another match between, which we will get at War Games. So I can see that too. I kind of like that.
The DQ finishes or TV stuff these days. Like normally they do it on TV.
But if you're going to get DQ
think back, how many DQ finishes have we gotten in a premium live event?
Not a lot. Ross is like a walking Wikipedia. He's got fragrances, shoes, bodybuilding, wrestling, cars, and rap music
all the things I'm into. Because we did 40 minutes talking hip hop the other day.
Okay.
On the live stream, we had a good old. Somebody brought up hip hop, and we just went into it. I lost half my viewers. We went from 125 to 61 as soon as we started talking.
It happens.
Whatever, we did it, and it was great.
With Ross, new bloodline wins with maybe a new member joining. Now it says the only way I see Solo taking the pin is if it's to set up seeds of doubt in Jake.
I think we're too early for that though, because I think Jacob, that split comes at some point because Jacob, whenever they're ready, is going to outshine everybody but Roman.
Correct. But
literally at some point, his big coming out party is going to be when he beats the hell out of Jay 101 at some point.
And that's going to happen.
That's going to happen. He's going to whoop Jay's ass at some point.
That's going to happen for sure. That's going to happen for sure.
Humble Jay Uso, which I hate because I love Jay.
I love Jay,
but it makes sense.
It has to happen.
Yeah, it has to happen. He's going to humble.
All right, let's get into the potential in which we think is the main event of this entire evening. Here we are. You have the world's heavyweight champion Gunther, the Ring and King General, facing up against the bright spot of this company since he's returned, the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes, the WWE champion. All right, so here we are for the Crown Jewel Championship with the men. Ross, what are we thinking here? How does this play out? Do we get some oohs and ahs or something special here, Ross?
I think we're going to be different paths here. And it's not because I'm wearing his logo on my hat. The reason being, I think they want to keep Cody looking strong because he's about to enter a feud with The Rock. And he is John Cena. He's the media. He's the merch. He's all of it. He's the Wheatley Vodka Bus. The Wheatley Vodka podcast. And Cody's too big for the company to where I don't think they're going to let him lose this.
Okay.
And the plus to that is now Cody becomes the mountain Gunther can't climb because Cody eliminated him in both Rumbles at the end. That's how that becomes because it went from he eliminated him 2 years in a row. They were the last two in the Rumble to now on a big stage, he couldn't beat him either. Because Cody took, I don't know, 6 months worth of finishes at Mania and kept picking out. So it's like, how do you do all of that with Cody, but you let him lose here? You know what I mean? Like if he's got to lose, it's The Rock, Roman, or no one. Honest to God, for everything that's happened with Cody and bringing up all those finishes he kicked out of makes a lot of sense, right? They made Cody look almost unbeatable here. So I really believe it's going to be another one. There's so many in the card I can say has potential match of the night. This card is for anyone to steal. There's such a good card here. But I really think that it's going to look like Cody's about to lose, like really it's over. I can't believe Cody's about to lose, but Cody's going to kick out and manage to get this victory clean. And it's only because I'd like to see Cody lose. I think it's time for Cody to start doing some losses. But based on what's happened leading up and what's coming in Cody's future, I don't think they want to have him look weak in any way.
Well, we definitely disagree.
I knew we would. I knew we would. That's why I really wanted to break down why I think this, so you can understand my logic at least.
I got Gunther winning this. I always go to who needs it more. Who needs it more? Who still has room to rise? Who has more room to elevate? Who has more room to be emphatic? And that is Gunther. He is on a superstar shooting star path.
Mm-hmm.
And you need an ultimate villain of all villains, since Roman has taken on the face side of things, the baby face side. You need someone to replace that of a high stature. And that is Gunther. And I think Kevin Owens cost Cody Rhodes here.
That I can believe. I don't think he loses clean.
He does not lose clean. He can't afford.
That's how you protect him. He's got to lose in a dirty fashion.
You can't afford it. You can't afford it.
That I can get down with, because you can't beat him clean because now he looks weak.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. You can't make him a weak champion going into the biggest match
of his career is versus The Rock. Come on, let's be honest.
You can't do that. So Owens will cost Rhodes, and Rhodes will take the pin here from Gunther, and Gunther will run the. I mean, Cole. I think the thing with Kevin Owens, he's going to do what he do what he does to Cody, and then I think Cody goes after him. I think Cody kind of realized what happens, and then Cody gets out of Dodge, and then the stage is set for potential here that I'm going to go with. Gunther is celebrating. He has the Crown Jewel Championship in hand. He has the World Championship in hand, and it's not what I think people are saying no about. I don't think you get a Bill Goldberg sighting here. I don't think that you get a Goldberg sighting.
I'm curious if you're about to go where I think you're going to go.
I'm going to go here. I've done my research.
He doesn't like the Saudi stuff, though.
Allegedly.
Supposedly he doesn't like that. That's why he's injured.
Brock Lesnar is in Saudi Arabia.
Oh, I was talking Punk, because that's the spoiler. I didn't know if we were gonna bring that up yet. Yeah,
Brock Lesnar is in Saudi Arabia.
Oh, you know he is? I didn't know that.
I saw reports,
because I saw the reports that he's supposed to be the surprise at the end for Gunther as well. With this, he and I have talked about this. I didn't know if we were going into that yet.
We're going.
I thought you were about to hit me with CM Punk music.
No CM Punk. No CM Punk.
He don't like the Saudi stuff. That's who I was talking about.
I saw on the X app today that a damn near confirmation that Brock Lesnar is in Saudi Arabia.
Now, see, that makes sense in him standing tall then for Brock's music to hit. So honestly, the more it's been discussed, your booking makes more sense, because you're able to protect Cody this way. You're able to build Gunther more, and you bring Brock back. A lot of things can happen here.
I concur. You got Survivor Series. It's a big PLE of the year. This is the last one of the year. I am for certain that WWE wants to have us losing our minds.
Well, they love Brock in Saudi too.
He's had some great spots in Saudi. Mm-hmm. Lesnar returns. He confronts Gunther. Gunther shows a sign of weary. A sign of weary, because you gotta believe.
Laughs at people when he walks in their face. He just
Brock's gonna be jacked as ever.
Scariest shit ever.
He's gonna be so just big. He's gonna take up your TV screen, and I think you set it up for Lesnar and Gunther at War Games. That's what I think you get here, because I don't think Brock is going to be in a position to carry on a storyline going into the Rumble
at this point, for real.
Right? So you need a spot here, and this is a perfect spot. This is a perfect spot, and this will give the fans something to see Gunther really shine at the art here, because not only can he be disrespectful, distasteful, but he can also be a student of being the prey, because he's going to have the ability to show how he can outsmart Brock.
Well, because this is the first time he'll be with somebody that can manhandle his ass,
and he knows it.
Mm-hmm.
And he knows that. So that's what I'm thinking. You build out of this. You build for War Games. You keep the energy going for Rhodes and for Gunther. And I think everybody goes home feeling really good about what's to come. Because if Cody wins,
I like it.
If Cody wins, and Gunther just takes an L. Well, what do you do with Gunther on Monday Night Raw? What do you do with him?
That's when Punk's music hits.
I don't want it. No, don't have Gunther come off a loss dealing with Punk. Keep Gunther
coming
here
at some point, though. Well, I think it's going to be, Damian already made a move, so it's going to be Damian before Punk.
That's fine.
It's some busy work before Punk.
Keep Gunther here. So that's what I'm thinking. Gunther wins. Lesnar returns.
Makes sense.
Hopefully.
Because my whole thing was you can't make Cody look weak, and I don't think they would. I can't imagine them wanting to leading up to him and Rock.
Right.
They got to make it look like he can beat him.
Yeah.
So and then with this, you protect him.
Yes, and
Kevin's is busy. Kevin's his busy work
with
the Rock kind of hovering around, popping in and out once in a while. That makes sense.
Because the build with Rock is going to start at War Games.
Yeah,
that's when it's going to start. The build is going to start for the WWE Championship match at the Royal Rumble. And like I said, and Ross believes this too, and Rock will be your new WWE champion going into WrestleMania.
Rock's taking the belt off Cody.
He's taking the belt off Cody.
No doubt.
Because you have to have everything at stake when Reigns and Rock main event WrestleMania and the biggest main event in the history of the company.
Because Rock's whole thing is he wants to make Roman even bigger. Because he's the Rock at this stage is probably the biggest notch you can put in your belt.
Yeah.
Because there's no bigger star on the planet, not just in the wrestling business, than Dwayne Johnson.
Period.
So he's a notch. That's a notch on your belt.
And because
he's such a special attraction. Special attraction's an understatement when it comes
to him. And what bigger spot for the WWE as they're now on Netflix and they're generating at another level to have Roman Reigns complete the circle, so to speak. He loses at Mania. He makes the year go round. He beats the biggest star in the world. And now you have him waving the flag to a different tune. But what's going to be waiting for Roman in the future? Take a wild guess. The American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes. Just think about it. Just think about it. Just think about it. So, Crown Jewel 2024.
Yeah, they're your Roman and Lesnar now.
Yeah, for sure. They are the new main. But I like how they spread them apart with their matches.
Yeah.
And it's 1-1.
What a roster they have now.
God, it's
so many stories that matter and stories that are waiting to develop further that are on the back burner that you get enough to never forget about. They'll give you a little bit like, don't forget, we're still going to do this too.
Yeah. And that's an example of Cody and Rock. Like the last time they had a conversation before apparently tonight on SmackDown was after Mania. And I'm going to say this again.
That awkward ass, can I see your belt? I like this.
It was so weird, but when you go back and watch it, so good. It's so good.
Because The Rock was intentionally making it awkward for him.
And he was intentionally.
The point of the promo was, I want to make you very uncomfortable.
And intentionally letting us know
I'm the boss.
This is going to happen.
Yeah.
But again, what did he put in Cody's hand? I think I know. And I've said it here before.
Say it again.
He put a lighter in Cody's hand.
Oh, for when they lit the bus on fire.
Because Cody's bus was on fire the morning of WrestleMania Night 1. I'm going to just leave that there. There was no reports of any foolish activity. There was no reports of a legit storyline here, like there was a mechanical issue. There was no such thing. And I'm willing to bet a tropical smoothie meal that The Rock put the lighter in Cody's hands. Maybe I'm wrong. We'll see. So Crown Jewel 2024 tomorrow, Peacock PLE 1:00 Eastern time. Obviously, you guys know the Saudi.
I'll be watching at the gym.
I'll be watching as well here at the house. The time frame, as you know, nighttime over there in Saudi, afternoon time over here in the States, and that's what we are going to get. So if you guys made it all the way through, we definitely appreciate you guys. Me and Ross love to do this. We've been doing this.
Yeah, I was saying, can we just watch the show, man?
Oh, okay. All right.
Let us just watch the show. That's definitely what we're doing immediately following this.
We're about to tune in. We're definitely about to tune in to SmackDown for sure. But I appreciate you, CR. You've been great tonight. Thank you for
I saw that promo already, actually, now that he's mentioned that. My bad.
I ain't seen none of it, so I'm about to turn it on for sure. So, but appreciate you, man, for showing love and being in here tonight. And everybody who came through, the Novice Knows, Gian, Bishop, everybody was in here showing love tonight. We appreciate
Big Papa Pump.
Big Papa, yeah, shout out to you
Johnny
for sure. For sure. And if you're watching on the playback and you made it this far to the end, you're a real one. We appreciate that. Hit that thumbs up, subscribe to the Sports Stats Live. We definitely appreciate our love and support. Thank you guys so much for just taking time out of your day to see what we got going on. So appreciate y'all for sure. Ross, any final remarks before we get up out of here?
I'm very excited. We say this every month. I'm very excited for this premium live event.
Yes.
They seem to get better every month as stories develop, and then we get new stories and the branches. I bring up the branches all the time. There's always new branches being added to certain trees. There's so many trees that have been growing.
Yep.
So excited. We're in a renaissance era for wrestling. It's never been better, and I mean it when I say it. It's the attitude with shock, awe, raunch, dick, and fart joke and sexual innuendo. This is real storytelling.
Mm-hmm. Theater.
This is the best wrestling's ever been.
Theater cinema.
I'll stand on that hill.
Same here. So excited. It's so cool to be a wrestling fan.
Yes. There's so much to talk about almost every day. Pretty much every day.
The social media
my day with Wrestle Talk every day of my life. So love it.
Yeah, man.
What a great time. That's what I wanted to say to all of you wrestling fans that happen to see this, whether you're live with us right now or watch the replay. Keep enjoying that shit. Don't let anybody tell you.
Keep enjoying. This is awesome stuff.
Yes.
And it feels really, really good, man. Something that we've been invested in since we were kids.
Mm-hmm.
And it's still evolving. Never stop, and it's still evolving into this cinema movie-like type of content. Can't ask for better. Can't ask for more. Thank you, Triple H, for everything that you're doing over there for sure.
Triple H and Nick Khan, they're my heroes these days.
Thank y'all, man. Thank y'all for sure. All right, y'all. We'll see you guys on the next one. Appreciate it, y'all. Once again, man. It's all love always. And enjoy Crown Jewel. See you guys on the next one. Peace, y'all.